Welcome, trivalent beings of spirit, mind, and body. Time for the Ask Doc Alkebulanese Solutions Show, sponsored by Prometheus Reborn Universal Foundation, also known as Proof. Its mission is to spread the trivalent understanding noetics, featuring stand-up philosophy that includes anthropology, psychology, biology, metaphysics, medicine, psychodrama, comedy, and music through a genre called edutainment, educating while entertaining, coined by KRS-One. The host of this wonderful show is Dr. Kwaku L. Carlisle Woods, RN, MD, MED1, and myself, co-host, Dr. Hamida Rockman Woods, MED, PhD, MED2. Good. We're so glad to be back. I have the PH.
I have the M.
We both have D's.
That makes us Doc Square.
The title of today's show is How We Got Here.
Now, before I go into anything at all, I want to make a little explanation. I try to avoid a whole lot of religion because that gets very, very intimate and personal, and it brings out a whole lot of emotions that most people find difficult to deal with. But we're going to have to embark on some of that today in explaining this topic, how we got here. But the Hip Hop Trio Plus, we're doing our guerrilla concerts now. My God, we killed this past Saturday. Back at our regular spot over at Fawaki Burst, 13010 Larchmere Boulevard. Oh my God, at 11 p.m. on Saturday. Yeah, we
have an image of that, so the listening audience, the viewing audience, can go back and review it when needed.
Okay. We're going to be doing some more guerrilla concerts. We did one Saturday after we did Fawaki Burst at our park right across the street from us. Yeah, that was very well received also.
Yes.
We enjoyed it. We're going to be enjoying it more.
We should have a second slide on that.
Y'all going to be enjoying it.
Yeah.
We got another slide that, there it is.
I say thank you.
That's for Wacky Burst. And we're at 130-110 Larchmere Boulevard. I will be on Ansel Road very soon, but right now at 11 a.m. we are there killing it, and it's free. So come on, listen to some good music, get some really good information that you can't get anyplace else since I created it, and some magnificent food. Oh, see there, just thought of it made me belch. Hot dog, I love it. Okay, back to the show. And the show is, how did we get here? Right here. Now, history, science, genetics, and religion will all combine to tell you that. But I must make a disclaimer. I am the son of two preachers' kids. My mother's father is a preacher. He's actually a bishop in the Church of the Living God. And my father's father was a preacher, Baptist minister. All male relatives in my family, and I'm talking about uncles, cousins, my brother is an imam. All of them are religious leaders, except me. No, I'm a scientist, and that is my job, and I love my job. Thank you, Lord, for letting me be me. Now, let's get to where we talking about how we got here. We are those created from the first human beings, God of the Quran, God of the Torah, and God of the Holy Bible. That same God is supposed to be in all of them, and that same God made the first human beings. He made them from dirt, dust of the earth. Where did he make them at? He made them in Alkebulan. Yeah. Now I want you to take a look at that picture on the left. That is the first human being. That is about maybe 2-3 million years ago. The young lady on the right, she's in the same area that he was 1 million years ago, and you could see the resemblance. Look at the eyes, look at the mouth, look at the cheeks. We haven't done a whole lot of changing since the first beings that God made. God created Alkebulanese people. He did not create pink people. They created themselves. God made us. And that says so in every book that you read on religion. But we are mixed. We are mixed, us, American Alkebulanese, but also Caribbean Alkebulanese, most South American Alkebulanese, and almost all European Alkebulanese are mixed. We're mixed with European, Native American, Oriental, and other human bloodlines. We are. My question to you is that important? My answer to you is, it's real important. That's why you haven't been taught it. But we're going to have a show that is completely and totally devoted to hybrids. What are hybrids? That's what you are. What are they? What are their characteristics? And why are they important? We're going to do that in a totally different show. But right now, we're going to go through the things that this God of the Torah, Quran, and Bible, that's Jewish religion, Islamic religion, and Christian religion. Same God. This God had several occasions when he/she mixed human bloodline with other beings.
Let's imagine and show the picture of Old Testament God making human beings.
This is it.
That's it.
Genesis 1:26. God created man in his image, a being made in the image or likeness of God. Means that he made us to resemble him/her in some, but not all ways. We do not resemble God in the sense of God being flesh and blood as we are, because God is spirit, and he therefore exists without a flesh and blood body. If he wants one, he can get one. But generally, it says so in all of those books that God made man in his image, and he made man in Alkebulan. He put him in a place called the Garden of Eden, and the Bible tells you the rivers that define the boundaries of this garden, and they're all Alkebulanese rivers. They are nowhere near the Middle East. They are nowhere near Europe. They are nowhere near North or South America. They are in Alkebulan, the place that Europeans call Africa. Okay. But once God made human beings, believe it or not, he started hybridizing or interbreeding human beings with other beings. Genesis 6:2 says that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. 6:4 says there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that. They were called the Nephilim. They were hybridized between the sons of God and the daughters of men. Two different types of beings mixed together in one, and they became giants. And I'm talking about 15, 20 foot tall giants, weighing thousands of pounds. These were beings that even God had difficulty trying to control. And God, in the Bible, says so. Says he had, they ain't going to listen, and they want to do what they want to do, and I'm not able to get them to obey what I want them to do. Genesis 6, chapter 7, verse says, "And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth." All this was before the dividing. All this happened before the dividing of the planet. Pangea is the name of the one continent that this planet had. This is before that occurred. And the flood that everybody remembers and knows about with Noah was not to kill human beings. It was to kill Nephilim. That's the only way God could deal with them. And he chose knocking them out. And along with them, a whole bunch of human beings. But he kept that one group of human beings, Noah, and his family, all his sons and their wives primarily. And they populated the world all over again after the flood. Now, let's combine history, science, and religion and see what we come up with. How about that, y'all? John 18, chapter 28. Now, let me tell you that I love John. John is my favorite disciple, even though Luke is the physician and I am the physician. No. John is the most spiritual of all the disciples. John starts off his book, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, with God, and the Word was God, and nothing that was done without the Word. And he's talking about, when he says the Word, that is in reference to Yeshua ben Yosef, the person that Europeans called Jesus Christ. No such person ever existed. Jews did not have a J in their alphabet back in those times. They didn't get a J in their alphabet until the 20th century. So, his name was Yeshua. Okay. This is John 18:28. Then led them Jesus from Caiaphas into the hall of justice, where Pontius Pilate, the European/Roman ruler, would judge him. Now, believe it or not, this is the only, this is the first place in the Bible where anyone is mentioned who's not Alkebulanese. Everybody in the Bible, in the Torah, in the Quran, now the Quran, they got some Middle Easterns, but in all of the other books, everybody in it except Romans were Alkebulanese. They look like me. Jews look like me. All the other races that the Jews interacted with look like me. The only people who did not look like me were the Romans, who killed him. Okay, and this is where they took him to the Romans. Vladimir Putin,
before we move on, let's put up the slide of Yeshua as Alkebulanese.
Oh, please.
Just so people can use their imagination.
Okay. That's good
more
enough.
readily.
That is good enough. That now, look at that. Vladimir Putin busted everybody's head about a month ago when he put out all of the original paintings of Yeshua, his mama, his daddy, and all of his disciples. And there they are, and all of them were Alkebulanese. Yeah, but they knew that. The Roman Catholic Church knew that. They kept these pictures hidden and were never display them. And instead got Michelangelo and a whole bunch of European artists to paint pictures of a pink Yeshua and a pink Mary and pink disciples. They knew that was a lie. But lying ain't never been nothing they were scared of doing. We'll get more into that a little later on. Okay. They were all depicted as the Alkebulanese.
We want to thank our producer, McKinley Tate, for sharing the show, and also Darren Jones, who is KK. She's one of the performers.
Yeah.
And Hip Hop Trio Plus has also shared.
Absolutely. We love it. We love it. We love it. Thank you so very, very much. Okay. They got these people to do this.
Sistine Chapel.
No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. They got these people to do this lie. And they did that about 312 AD when there was a pope named Miltiades. And believe it or not, he was Alkebulanese. Many popes were Alkebulanese, and we'll get into more why that is a little later. Okay. Miltiades started the change from Alkebulanese God and an Alkebulanese Yeshua to a pink God and a pink Jesus. That formation, engineered by Roman ruler Constantine, was to allow Rome to rule the enlarging host of Christians throughout the Roman Empire. There was a large number of Christians, and they were growing like 70 going north. The Roman Jupiter-based religion, no. Mercury was doing a little bit better, but no. Many of the Roman citizens were now starting to practice this new religion called Christianity. And Constantine was the first to really say, hey, I think this is a coming thing. I'm jumping on the bandwagon. Of course, Rome was not Alkebulanese, but European. So it wasn't long before Jesus Christ, God, and all the Holy Family changed from Alkebulanese to pink. Again, thanks to Michelangelo and other artists.
Imagine that.
Imagine it. Visualize it just like, there it is. This is the Sistine Chapel, painted by Michelangelo, under the guidance of Miltiades, the Pope, who told him what to make these pictures look like, knowing that that was a lie. Well, he didn't lie too much. Look at the penis on that boy. It ain't as long as his nuts. That's ridiculous. But that's pink people. Okay. All right. The Michelangelo and the other artists who depicted all the biblical characters pink, even though science, history, biology, geography, anthropology, and all the other ologies, all the other concepts of reality tells anyone who wants to understand that they were not pink and could not have been pink. Visualizing the lies that Rome sold is punishment without knowing or understanding you're being punished. Like being in jail without seeing any bars or guards. That's what this was like. You were actually being held in bondage. Your spirit and your mind were in bondage to the lies that the Roman Catholic Church perpetrated on mankind. We'll get into more about why a little later on in the show. But right now, Global Entertainment. Okay, well, I got a phone call. Can I take it out? No, I better not take it after the song. Okay, give me a phone call. Let's get a caller and get a question. Hello, caller. Caller. Talk at it, brother. Hello. He hung up?
No, it's Norman King. Norm,
Yes.
what's up, Norm?
Yeah.
Norm.
How you doing, brother?
No.
How you doing, brother?
Doing excellent, thank the Lord. I am. I really, really, really am.
Greetings, Norm.
Absolutely.
Greetings. Dropping some of that good knowledge. I like to hear that.
That's a blessing. That's a blessing, my brother. Do you have a question for Doc Square?
I got to get my mind together. I'm watering my grass, but
Okay.
I don't have a question right off the rip.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to get some more input before I say a question. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, let me give you the opportunity to do just that, because we had just got through talking about the lies that the Roman Catholic Church put over on humanity made us feel like we're in prison with no bars and no guards.
Mm-hmm.
We are actually, doomed to that until understanding showed its face. And once that understanding occurred, we call that the other side of freedom. And Global Entertainment's got a song all about that. We'll see if Norm has a question
Okay.
at the end of it. How about that?
Yes.
There we go. Let's split it.
As I begin my journey home, I travel down this lonely road. And when I think of all I've seen, my spirit starts to bother me. Now I don't know who to try. And when I felt like giving up, the light at the end of the tunnel just gets brighter and brighter. 'Cause I'm free. Free from oppression, yeah. You may have my body, but you cannot control my soul. You can't hold me no more. You must let me go. Free your mind and the rest will follow. Now I'm living for a brighter tomorrow. Yeah. I'm finally free. I'm on my feet to do what I want, to be who I please, and that's to be me. And it's why we're free. Yeah, it's why we're free. Why we're free. Why we're free. Check. I was rolling down the street and I'm hearing no sirens, no hatred, just peace. 'Cause where I'm from, you see, the police beat on the ones that look like me. And now I'm happy to be finally free from this brutality that's put out we. Now we're finally free. Finally. 'Cause free from oppression, yeah. You may have my body, but you cannot control my soul. You can't hold me no more. You must let me go. Finally, the day has come. One I've been waiting for, one I've been dreaming about. I'm walking through that open door, I'm starting to smell the fresh air. The leaves blowing in the breeze. I wanna go down and kiss the ground and let them see me on my knees. And my body feel kinda heavy and my spirit done left this place, keeping me captive in your prison. You can't take my time and space. Take this journey while I'm with you, and I promise we gon' fly. Take my hand and stay together, cause we on the other side. Talking the other side of freedom. Can't you hear me when I soar? Got the wind beneath my wings. Now can't you hear me when I roar? Screaming freedom, 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 freedom. That's right, I'm free. Cause I'm free. So free, so free. And you want to see me free. Cause I'm free. Cause I'm free. Free from oppression. Yeah. I'm free. Because I'm free. Cause I'm free. You have to let me go.
Wow, that's Henny Hen from
That's
way
Henny Hen
back
singing
when.
that lead with Miles Alexander Keaton Smith, known as Humble G. Fiddler.
Yes.
Second lead, violin solo. Yeah, that's global entertainment.
Yes.
Yeah, we do that.
OG Shankster.
Yeah, Shank came in there.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, we all in there, man. Okie doke. Now, Emperor Constantine, we talked to him about.
Yeah,
talked
we have
to
some
y'all
images
about
of
a
him.
little bit. Emperor Constantine had a plan, and Europe, with Christianity, was a large part of that venture. Europe had no written language, so words held little or no meaning. The pictures and images were the thing. So it took little doing to arrange the now pink paintings of Jesus, Mary, and all the rest of the original Jews. Again, these were people from Alkebulan, that Europeans call Africa, don't forget. After living in Kemet, that's what Europeans call Egypt, for several generations, and Yeshua being raised there for most of his life. And you got to remember, Kemet was the place Moses' step-grandfather, Akhenaten, started monotheism. And he changed the name to Amenhotep. But again, when Moses was found by Pharaoh's daughter, he came into a line that went back to Akhenaten. And he would have been taught all of the stuff that Akhenaten came up with. He would have been taught monotheism since he was a child. Okay, Jazzy Wig, hey family!
Well, that's Tataya and
That's Die.
greetings back
What's
to
that
you.
in picture between them?
Yeah.
That's this is Yeshua, and these are the disciples. Again, I painted them myself, but I do that. Look at our outfits. You notice the tree of life on each one of them? I painted those too. I works like that. God's good to me.
Well,
That's
I'm going to add that I made my top. I adjusted my husband's outfit.
She tailored this.
So, yes, we do that.
Hey, is that the last barbecue? Not the last supper?
Oh, I like that.
All right.
That's a good idea. This is not the Last Supper. From now on, this is the last barbecue.
Okay.
Absolutement. Okay.
As many ways to the top of the pyramid as you can imagine.
Absolutely. Again, we're living in Kemet, Egypt, for several generations. That's where the Jews were from. Ever since Joseph, remember the rainbow-colored coat? Yeah. Jews have been living in Kemet. They had left after at least 5 generations of Jews were born in Alkebulan. The jazzy dude said, I want a picture. All right, we're gonna get you a picture of it. We're gonna get this for you, girl. Cause she's family. We gotta do it for her. What about the caller? Okay, the caller? Good idea. Way to keep me on my toes. Got a question yet, my brother?
So Egypt is the birthplace of civilization. The Nile Valley is where a lot of the birthing comes from. Why was Sudan looked at as the original birthplace?
Because Sudan was the people who made Egypt, or Kemet. That's where the people who started the civilization in Kemet came from. They came from Sudan. And whenever there was a problem or whenever there was a military need, the Egyptians would go to the Sudanese and say, come on, bro. And they would show up and show out.
Oh, okay.
That's the deal, my brother. If you got another question, you could stay right there and come back with it later.
Well, Kenya chimed in. Darren Jones, the last barbecue. Good one.
All right. That's it. McKinley Tate III. That is Mick Beats. He came up with that. I'm just stealing it. Okay, so the foundations and forefathers of this religion, called Christianity, were not only Alkebulanese, but was primarily practiced in Alkebulan and areas traveled by Alkebulanese. Now you got to understand this.
Could we silence the phone call because we can hear noise?
Yeah, Nora,
Okay.
mute your phone so we don't hear the background noise.
Good move.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to need everybody's attention for about 25 seconds because I have to give you a picture that you can take with you to understand why I'm saying this, all that I'm saying. The religion of Christianity is an Alkebulanese religion. Its foundations are all in Alkebulan. There is nothing European about it at all, period. The same things that it taught were the same things that was taught in Kemet 1,000 years before Yeshua. It's the same thing that's been taught all over Alkebulan for about 5,000 or 6,000 years before Yeshua ben Yosef was ever born. These were the things that his great grandfather practiced. And it's written in the Bible that all of this stuff was practiced where? In Alkebulan, in the place that Europeans call Africa. When Europeans decided they wanted to be Christians, they had this big council, Cyrenia, the Council of Cyrenia. It was about 380 some odd that they had this big council. And they had to invite all of the Christian bishops and cardinals from all over the world. You know where most of them came from? Alkebulan, Alexandria, Sheba.
Oh, Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. And also there was one in Sudan. they were the founders of this religion, and they practiced it for centuries before Europeans decided they wanted to jump on board. So when the Romans decided that they needed a big meeting of Christian leaders, most of those leaders came from Alkebulan. You never told that, huh? Okay. But so after teaching Europeans the alphabet, taught to Rome by Phoenicians, which is another group of Alkebulanese explorers and educators.
Imagine that.
Those are statues, heads that were Toltec and Olmec civilization. They Came Before Columbus was a book that was written by Ivan van Sertima, and he documented that these were Phoenician sailors. Look at the helmets on top of their head. Mm-hmm. Those are Phoenician sailor helmets. Okay? These were the Alkebulanese who brought the alphabet to Europe, along with math, along with science, along with history, along with any subject known to mankind, because they were the ones who invented every subject known to mankind. Now, while this same Roman Catholic Church was bringing all of these people together to start Christianity in Europe, these same Alkebulanese who started religion, science, math, geometry, pharmacology, medicine, architecture, and every subject known to man, the Roman Catholic Church says, oh no, but they're not human. They're not human. Though that same God they claim to represent started humanity with them, not Europeans. Oh, hell no. But they want to make you believe that again. That's why they got all of these pictures of pink Adam and Eve, when they know damn well they never existed. Never existed. Just more lies. And while we're on the God that they claim to represent, how did they claim to have any authority at all whatsoever? Let's take another look. In that book called the Holy Bible, well, it's really called the Holy Bible, but I like to say Holy Bible. Okay, Luke 22:31. Again, John is my favorite disciple, but Luke is the physician, so I got to go there now.
Hey Doc, I'm just letting you know I'm still in that one. Holy Bible.
Yes, you still in the Holy Bible?
Everybody heard it live. It's on record.
All right, I got the last barbecue from you. You got the Holy Bible from
Holy
me.
Bible.
Holy Bible.
That's a fair
That
trade,
feels
man.
good on the tongue.
That's
Holy Bible.
Yes, indeed. And the Holy Bible, Luke 22:31 says, and the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, to sift you. Now, why is that important? Because the Roman Catholic Church says that they are taking over for Peter.
Imagine that.
Simon Peter, the one that Jesus, Yeshua, said Satan has asked to have you. He was going to test you. And Jesus says, at Luke 22:32, he says, but I have prayed for thee, that thou fail not, and when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. Now, notice, Yeshua told him, Satan's going to put some stuff on you. And I've prayed that you pass all of this test that Satan is going to put on you. But regardless of whether you pass or fail, when you get through with your test, help your brothers. Did he say start a church? Did he say start a religion? No. Did he say lead anything? No, because he knew and understood that Satan was going to win and Peter was going to lose. A little bit later, well, actually in a different gospel. No, a little bit later. That's Luke 22nd chapter, 34th verse. When Yeshua told Peter, Simon, Peter, his name wasn't Peter, his name was Simon, they called him Peter. Mm. But he told him, before the cock crows, that's before the rooster crows in the morning, you're going to deny me 3 times. Now, Yeshua already knew Simon, called Peter, was going to fail. He already knew he was going to lie and deny Yeshua 3 times. He was going to fail Satan's test. And what did Yeshua tell Simon, called Peter, that Satan had for him? Oh, he wants to use you. Luke 22:31, and the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan had desire to have you. Now, he later said, when you come from your test, strengthen your brethren. So he was never supposed to be no leader, no ruler, at all. Romans didn't give a damn. They were going to take over for the God that they figured was the leader of all the disciples. They knew nothing about all the stuff that Yeshua had told the disciples and everybody else, that Peter, Simon, was going to be satanic. But let's take a look at this. The 10 Commandments given to humanity by God.
Imagine that.
As rules of godly living. Mm-hmm. Okay, 10 Commandments. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. Let's just store right there. Those 4. Thou shalt have no other God before me. You know what the Roman Catholic taught everybody who wanted to be Catholic to say in every prayer? The first things that come out of their mouth is, Holy Mary, Mother of God. Mm-hmm. What did God say? Nobody before me. Did they give a damn at all about what God said? Let's go to number 2. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images. Well, let's see. We got the cross. We got the Mount of Olives. We got millions of graven images that the Roman Catholic Church made and sold to its members and made billions on it.
What does graven mean, Doc?
It means engraved or struck from either wood or stone. Let's go to number 3. Oh, my God. Thou shalt not take of the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Okay, right. Like you didn't say damn this and damn that and motherfucker and kiss my aunt. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I learned to curse in the military. Couldn't do it with being 2 preachers' kids. No, nobody in my family cursed at all, period. I learned to do it in the military. And I learned to take the Lord God's name in vain. Let's move on to number 4.
Shout out to Carla. Everything goes
with
Carla.
Carla.
Greetings back to you and the family.
Aha. That's our girl.
We feel your heart.
Yes, indeed. Okay, let me go back to number 4, please. And remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Okay. Do y'all know what the Sabbath is? The Sabbath is the 7th day of the week. It is called Saturday.
It's an Amma day in Akan.
Yes. It is Saturday. Why did the Roman Catholic Church decide to change it to Sunday? You know what their answer was? Their answer was because the disciples held a meeting on Sunday. After Yeshua's death, the disciples held a meeting on Sunday. So the Roman Catholic Church decided that it was going to change the Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday. Honor thy father and thy mother. No, we ain't gonna stop there. We're gonna move on right on to thou shalt not kill. There has been no more death on this planet by any other group or with the say-so of any other group than the Roman Catholic Church. Because when they told other pink people that our ancestors were not human, that said about 50, 60 million people's death. And that's just during the time when they were actively slaving. Native Americans, who again, the Roman Catholic Church, these people are not human. When pink people got to the Americas, there was approximately 90 million Native Americans. You know how many there are now? About 3. About 3. So from 90 million to 3 million. Thou shalt not kill? How about 6 or 7 million Jews that the Nazis killed? Because Adolf Hitler went to the Pope and asked permission to do all the stuff that he did, and the Pope gave him permission, told him Jews were not human and that he should eliminate them. But the Roman Catholic Church had been doing that for about 3 centuries. They had been talking up pogroms, killing and raping Jews. Oh, periodically that would happen in every major location in Europe where there was Jews. And I mean, it would be like every 3 months. They would just go and kill a bunch of Jews and rape all of their women, and nothing was ever done. Thou shalt not steal. Roman Catholic Church has stolen everything. They've stolen people. They've stolen land. They've stolen money. What have they not stolen? That shall not bear false witness. That means you shan't lie. Come on now. Thou shalt not covet. They covet everything. I think it was Yeshua ben Yosef that said, it is harder for a rich man, and that's a human focusing on coveting things. It's harder for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven than a camel to go through the eye of a needle. Now, there is no way a camel can even approach a needle, let alone get through its eye. What he was saying is that coveting possessions, finances, people, is not just a bad thing. It leads you to walk away from those things that are spiritual, those things that are godly, those things that are enabling, because none of the money, possessions, or people that you covet is going to lead you in that direction. Not at all. So, everything that God said do, the Roman Catholic Church did just the opposite, which is what I would expect if my leader were Satan. Now, Let's go back to Simon, who was called Peter. You know how he died? He was crucified. He was crucified just like Yeshua. But he said, and I repeat, I am not worthy to be crucified in the same manner as my master. So you know what they did? They turned him upside down. They turned him upside down and crucified him on a cross. You know what the symbol for Satan is? An upside down cross. That is satanic. Go watch The Exorcist or some of those other movies and they'll explain it to you. Mm-hmm.
We want to give a shout out to the Random Brothers vid.
Yeah.
Yes, greetings, twins,
Yes,
artist
indeed.
and Matthew Kendall.
And Big Matt. I'm sorry. You go, boy.
All right, that's right. Pass
Okay,
it on.
pass it on. Okay, the richest organization on the planet, Roman Catholic Church. The organization that has the most property and possessions, Roman Catholic Church. The organization on this planet that has the most people involved in it, the Roman Catholic Church. Everything that Yeshua said do, they didn't do. Everything that God said do, they didn't do. Everything that the Bible and all of the disciples and all of the prophets said do, they didn't do. And they specifically didn't do them for money, power, and control. They were still Roman. They just weren't Christian.
Shout out to Big Matt. He did just come in. You called his name and he showed up.
Woo woo! Matt! Yes, indeed. Hey, Matt. Love you, my brother.
Yes.
Hey, I want to say while we got all these lovely people on our podcast coming in, please share, like, subscribe if you like what you're hearing, what you're watching. Please help us expand.
Thank you.
And grow. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very, very much.
Each one teach one, each one reach one. Come on, now send this out to about 20 people, y'all.
Yes, sir. Everybody.
Right now, right
20
now.
people. Darren Jones has already, McKinley, mixtape already. Okay.
Yes.
Nah.
That's Kenya.
Y'all can listen to Doc Square. Y'all can hear our voices. Watch us sing and dance. Like we did at the nursery school this morning.
Show off our creations.
Yes. We can do all of that. But when it comes down to the message that we are sending to you people out there, almost never is that what I think, feel, or believe. I'm given this stuff from on high. And I have said many, many times, I have sat down to write out a show and then stood up and looked at what wasn't mine at all, that I never had any of these things in my spirit, in my mind at all. They just flow through me.
I bear witness.
And that is not me. That is the Lord. And when you watch this program, again, this ain't us. This is the Lord calling.
Yes.
Answer if you can. And we got a song all about it. Global Entertainment presents McKinley Tate III, OG Shankster, and me doing The Lord is Calling.
And the people cried out by reason of their affliction. And the Lord God said, I will send a messenger with my word of truth and life. Let he that hath an ear, let him listen.
Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. How many children is down to follow me? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. How many children is down to follow me? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. How many children is down to follow me? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. How many children is down to follow me? Hold your head up, get your hands high. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Hold your head up, get your hands high. Don't you know Babylon is falling? You can run now, but you can't hide. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Hold your hands up, get your hands high. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Death lies and dirt roads and back streets. Blood stains from lost souls in hot heat. River flows from mom tears, she's been torn. Breastfed all of her kids to the firstborn. 7 seas rooted the trees to my church, and strong winds carried the breeze to my birth. And Lord knows it's been hard, I can't see and to maintain and work hard on these streets. I heard the streets calling, so I had to lend a hand to the one that's falling. Let them know I understand that the Lord is calling. So just keep your faith, you're still in the race. The main thing, you're still in this grace, so let's pray. Hold your head up, get your hands high. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Hold your head up, get your hands high. Don't you know Babylon is falling? You can run now, but you can't hide. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Hold your hands up, get your hands high. Don't you know the Lord is calling?
Years of dirt and years of hurt, it's a crying shame. Living that life of sin, then slander my name in the eyes of the Lord, who showed me love, who helped me survive in this world, and blessed me with my first son. Somehow I took the wrong path, that life was Satan, and now I have no idea of what I'll be facing when it's time to re-up for what I did. Been doing the devil's bidding since I was a kid, and now I'm looking for a way out, because I'm finally realizing that killing my kind is paid out. You had me hyped, you had me schooled, you had me thinking I was on top of the world, when really I was just that fool. You had me turn my back on my master. You promised me everlasting, and for that you's a dirty bastard. The longer can you fill my mind with lies and deceit? Cause right now I'm at peace, it's time to release my soul.
Hold your head up, get your hands high. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Hold your head up, get your hands high. Don't you know Babylon is falling? You can run now, but you can't hide. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Hold your hands up, get your hands high. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Just take a look around on these ghetto streets. Prepare your soul, cause the beast already been released. In full control, let me feast on like ghetto beeps. The young and old, death is dead on the land we sleep. The world is cold, I hit my knees and begin to pray. And please, Lord, give me the strength to make it through the day. And have mercy on me, help me see the light. So I can one day too dwell in eternal life. And hold my hand, oh Lord, lead me through the storm. Cause hell been on my trail since my life was born. And we've been cursed since birth, back when you lost your son. And against all odds, let your will be done. Cause I believe in you. Hold your head up, get your hands high. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Hold your head up, get your hands high. Don't you know Babylon is falling? You can run now, but you can't hide. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Hold your hands up, get your hands high. Don't you know the Lord is calling? Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. How many children is down to follow me? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. How many children is down to follow me? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. How many children is down to follow me? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. How many children is down to follow me?
Yeah. Polo.
Woo.
Where the hell is Polo? Mick, you know anything about Polo?
Wow, man. Polo is actually recovering.
That's a blessing.
But he's back. We about to do some stuff with him.
Good.
Bless you, Polo. And OG Shankster.
OG Shankster is, all three of, everybody was singing that. But OG did the first verse, Mick did the second verse. That voice that you heard singing throughout the whole, hey, that's Polo. That's OG Shankster's brother, twin brother.
Right.
And that mother I ain't got to tell you nothing. You heard the boy.
You feeling?
I ain't got to tell you a thing.
Hey, is our caller still online? Norm, are you still there? And if you are, do you have a question? Is Norm still there? Okay, anybody else?
Yeah. Okay. No, it's time, Mike.
Norm, you got any other questions?
Nope. Is it 8 o'clock? Is it 9 o'clock?
Yeah. Yes.
Then it's time for me to go home. Everybody, we're going to be back here on Wednesday at 8 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
Next week, if the Lord says the same and the ancestors agree, and we're going to have another lesson of you. Next week, we're going to do deep vision. Last week, we did face up. Well, last week and the week before that, we did face up. It's exercises for your face that keeps your face looking like this when you're approaching 80 years old.
And we want to say to everyone that joined us, those we can see and those who cannot, may the Lord bless you and the ancestors continue to protect you.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
That stands for
proper education always corrects error.
Peace up, y'all.
Oh, you made it to the end of the video. Well, I am tired a little bit differently. I'm dressed as Baba Amwa. If you would like more of your own understanding, like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
And go to the sites that we have listed around us. The Most High is good.
And the ancestors are kind.
Thanks
for having us on your minds.
Peace.